Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. This is our, hi, April. This is our weekly live broadcast. We are streaming to several platforms, including LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So please follow us everywhere and tell us where you are listening us from or watching us from. We welcome all the questions. First, a quick introduction while we're waiting for people to join. I'm Anne Smarty. I have been in SEO for about 20 years, I think even more than that. I have seen it all. That's why I can report on anything new that happens in our industry based also on my experience with those trends. None of the trends that is happening right now is not exactly new to SEO. It has been developing for years, and I am able to compare what it was 5, 10 years ago and how what it looks like now and what anything new we have to do. Today and always with me is April, our director of social media outreach, designer, all of that. So many roles. Thank you so much, April, for being with us today.
Hey everyone.
Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, which is becoming a brand, and not just a brand, but for Google to know you are a brand or your business is a brand, why it is important, why it has to be the ultimate goal of just about any SEO strategy. A quick update from our industry on that before we start talking about our main topic is that Google has a new head of search, which is, we will see if it's good news. For me, I feel like it is great news because the background of the previous head of search isn't paid search, which was not very good for organic results. This guy has been around for about 20 years as well, changing different roles in Google. He should be very well positioned to understand organic search users and how to better serve them. That's great news for our industry. So we will see what happens, but it's read news, see what it looks like right now. It's so early to say, but we will definitely report on anything new that Google does based on this new development in their organization. Now back to our main topic. Again, I see people joining us. Please tell us where you are watching us from so that we knew which platform works best for us. How to find our live broadcasts. First, please subscribe to my newsletter. It lives over at nsmarty.com. We report on every topic that we're going to discuss on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. EST every week. You will find those topics in my newsletter. I also republish my newsletter to LinkedIn. So please follow me. I'm Ann Smarty on LinkedIn, very easy to find. If you search Ann Smarty on Google, you will find all of that. So please follow me, and I will do my best to report on all kinds of trends, tools, new developments in SEO, content marketing, link building, digital marketing areas. So we are very up to date with everything that is going on, and we will do our best to report and keep you updated as well. Todd, yes, you're I'm sure you're watching us from LinkedIn. Usually that's what you do. Todd is very nice to also comment on our replays on Facebook and Twitter regularly as well. So we're very thankful to have you, Todd, today with us too. If you have any questions about today's topic, please post them on any social media network that you're watching us from. Usually we can see those through our streaming platform and can reply to comments and questions right away. But if not, I will definitely check out every engagement after this video and reply to you personally. Now to today's topic: Google's branding. In it is actually, if you want to be more specific, Google does know quite a few entities, and that's the core of their knowledge graph. That's what they know about the world. The fundamental part of that knowledge is entities. So to become an entity is not easy, of course, but it is the ultimate goal of any SEO strategy, because that's how you reach consistency in search rankings. You cannot lose 50-80% of your traffic if you're a trusted Google brand. Branding comes with lots of other signals. It's not a direct necessarily signal. It's trustworthiness, authoritativeness, everything you've heard about EEAT. Branding is the core of becoming that trusted entity for Google to keep you on top of search results, to highlight you in AI overviews, to have enough trust in you, to have branded search results. So it's very important. And unfortunately, most SEO strategies are missing that element. And not because of SEOs, and we had that discussion. April and I just came back from a conference on SEO. We had a lot of those discussions with other SEOs. Unfortunately, it's not our fault in most cases. It's because SEO team is always like an island in any organization. They do their little thing, they do keyword research, they do content development, they do technical audits, and they do link building, but not necessarily none of those aspects is integrated into other teams, into PR team, into social media team. And becoming a brand is more just keywords and links. You need to be talked about, you need to be searched, people need to understand who you are, and that's how Google is essentially ultimately treating you as a brand as well. There is no documentation from Google that would explain what it takes to become a Google's entity. So unfortunately, we can only guess and use theories, patterns, our own experiences with our clients or our own brands to understand what it does take. One thing for sure, it does take a lot of time and a lot of consistent effort to become a brand. We know a few signals that Google is using. That's one of them is being referenced from other brands, from other known entities. I did have in my newsletter reference another newsletter that I did a few weeks ago on how to know if someone is a Google entity. Usually when you search for a brand name, you would see knowledge panel somewhere, depending on the desktop, that would be to your right. If it's mobile results, it will be on top of search results with a quick information about that business name that you're searching. If you see that, chances are that's a Google entity. So collaborating with that brand is a great idea. That could be nonprofit that you can sponsor. That could be event, awards, organization that you can be nominating your business or yourself. Somehow getting referenced or even mentioned by other known brands from Google is also always beneficial, whatever it takes. That's why partnerships in the industry or neighboring industries is a great idea. If you're a local business, working with other local brands is also always a good idea. If it's not just about links, it's about them mentioning you, featuring you, talking about you. That's always a great signal for Google. Another, of course, getting reference from Wikipedia, especially if you have a dedicated page on Wikipedia about your business, makes a huge difference. Google, in a few years ago, that's all Google was using, just Wikipedia entries. That's how they knew anything about the world. Right now, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's still very beneficial. It's not easy to get listed in Wikipedia, of course. Not many businesses can do it right like that. They lack all other signals that make Wikipedia entry approved. Usually that's again referenced by other brands and not just it's not just about guest posting for, let's say, entrepreneur. It's not enough. You should be referenced for something you did, for something you invented, for reports that you did, surveys, anything. All of those are usually missing opportunity for most businesses, but that's how you can get listed in Wikipedia for sure. Now, I do have a great service that can audit whether you can be can have a Wikipedia entry. I don't work with them, but I know they're great. So it's not them that I'm paid for that mention, but Reputation X is a great service that can audit your mentions and see what you're missing to get listed in Wikipedia. Check them out. We also do those audits as well, so let us know if you need our help. But I wanted to mention some third-party service. They're great friends, but I write for their website, but I'm not working with them directly, so I don't have any bias here. So being listed in Wikipedia and getting referenced or mentioned by other known entities is a great first step to work towards. It's not easy, of course. Everything is different strategies depending on who those known entities are you want to reach out to. A little personal story. I do have a knowledge panel in Google. If you search for Smarter, you will see it. Not many SEOs have, because we are quite industry. We don't go outside of our industry much, but I do, and I hadn't had it for many years, even though I was very well known in the industry. One trick that helped was getting nominated in some kind of awards. I don't usually do that because I hate asking for votes. I hate begging for votes. But that time I did. For some reason, I guess a good friend invited me or something like that. And that's what did it. I don't think I won anything, or maybe I did. I don't remember. But being listed together with other well-known SEOs on that awards site did the trick. So it's very useful to try and go outside of your little box and find where I can win something, where I can present on conferences, which nonprofits or other businesses I can work with. Very useful, not just to become a Google entity, but also to find more business opportunities, build links. All of those great signals do come from partnering with someone else. Another huge signal to become a known entity is to get searched. So you need to be searched as a brand name. Google does keep track of new search queries all the time. If your business have a good search volume, that's great signal for Google. That's how people know about you, and for Google a signal to find out more about you as well. It's not, you cannot, a few years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, a huge tactic would be hire people to search for you. It's not as straightforward these days. I would suggest the easiest way to get your brand searched is to invest in social media ads. A lot of people would search for your brand name after seeing your ad on social media. That's what I do, for example, and that's how you generate those searches, initial searches from those people. It's a quick tactic. It's ongoing. You cannot just invest in one campaign and let it be. But Reddit also have a huge advertising platform. We do manage those ads. We have that service, so let us know if you want us to introduce you to it and set up some branded campaign on Reddit and see how it works. So let's figure that out together. If you want to have a quote or something, or just talk about that, keep in touch. Let us know. We do have monthly roundtables with business owners and other SEOs where we discuss tactics like that, the best ways to approach every niche business and how they can promote themselves and get those branded search results in order. So those are free opportunities. Let me know if you're ever interested in joining us. That private discussion, we don't make them public, but they're very useful for business owners to know what could be the best way for them to become a brand, to improve their search results, to get in touch with their target communities as well. There are other ways, of course. Viral marketing is a great way to generate brand searches and brand mentions. Brand mentions are also very important for Google to know more about you as well. And viral marketing is something that can achieve both of those, branded search results and brand mentions as well. There are all kinds of viral marketing campaigns that you can come up with. We do infographic marketing. They're very data driven. Sometimes we do research of those of that data on our own on behalf of our clients. Sometimes we use public data and see how we can tell a story, an interesting story for other people to talk about. Works great. It's not all of those assets would go viral, but they all generate clicks, brand mentions, and branded searches. A quick note here as well in my newsletter for everyone you who has just joined. Please subscribe to my newsletter and smarty.com. I do have every Tuesday I send a quick announcement of what we're going to discuss on Wednesdays 1 p.m. so you know what the topic is going to be. But I also add all kinds of references there to give you more information on everything that I talk about. And from there, I also link to how you manage branded search, because when you start generating branded searches, you need to pay more and more attention to what shows up when someone searches for your brand. And that is usually, especially like brand name reviews or just brand name, you need to know what people see when they search. And that is something that not an easy task as well, but very essential, because all those mentions are going to generate more business for you if you make it right. Again, look at my newsletter with all those references. And with that, I'm ready for questions. Please post them on any social media network you're watching us from. And I know April had a few great questions, and I know she can contribute as well on one of those. So let's see.
Yeah, so you already went over like what Google's knowledge graph is. Like that's on the panels on the side, basically.
It's no, that's a great question still, even though I mentioned a little bit of it. So there is a difference between Google Graph, knowledge graph, and knowledge panel. Knowledge panel is basically quick information of what Google does have about your brand, but it's not all, but also it's what you see. It's a representation of what Google knows about you, a quick snapshot. The huge algorithm behind those panels is what we call knowledge graph. And it's everything that Google knows about entities. Entities are not just brands. It could be it could be city names, it could be state names, it could be not just geographical, but historical facts about some people. Cities, all of those that Google knows about, what Google knows about of this world. Every entity in that map, global map of everything Google knows, has associated concepts that describe that. That's kind of the map of Google knowledge. For example, if our agency were on Google Graph, which I don't think it is yet because it's very young, but if Google had us as an entity, Smarty Marketing, it would know that Smarty, another known entity, is the co-founder. And then there would be concepts like Google knows me about as a blogger, as a service provider, as a writer, as an SEO. And those associations would be transferred to the company that I co-founded. So that's a very complicated concept. It has been around for a while. I'm sure AI is changing it a lot at this point, when it can be added a lot of layers to knowledge map. But basically, it's foundation of everything Google knows about the world. And that's how they are able to answer questions when you ask something about Harry Potter, or let's say we would ask the Chamber of Secrets, and Google would know that it's associated. It would talk about not just generic keyword Chamber of Secrets, but it would know that it applies to a book, and this is the book, and that's what, who was in that room, what it does. That's how Google knows what you're searching based on those entities and those associations as well. So it's very important to be part of that map, because that's how you become almost inseparable from Google's knowledge. They would always know about you, what you do. They would be able to provide more information about you when people search for you. They would be able to bring you up when people search for something associated with that brand. For example, if someone would be searching for something like linkable asset services, Google would know, hey, we know a company that provides that service, and that's how you rank. Very important to be part of that map. Not easy to do.
I was going to say, it really shows how important it is to build a brand.
Exactly.
Actually, just Googled Smarty just while you were talking about how you have a knowledge panel. is knowledge panel the right word for the one on the side
Yep.
then?
Yep.
Okay. And it actually says like the award you're nominated for. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
you're onto something
Yep.
about the
And it
awards.
also shows associated people that are similar to you. So Google would show you which brands, other known entities you are associated with,
Mhm.
and then that's how the map actually works. They associate based on the concept, what you're known for. Based on those concepts, they also be are able to put you in that map in the right in the right place. So which these brands, these other people are similar to me, not because they were also nominated for that award, but because of those concepts that describe all of us.
Right, here's a question from Todd.
Is there still a place for niche type of online magazine? Has that been gutted? Well, it's a good question on so many levels. I don't have all the answers. Google does want to highlight personal experiences, first-hand experience, and be know more than huge brands. I would say no matter how small, local, niche you are, you should still be striving to become a brand for sure. But also, if there is a place for those little publications in the future, I believe so. I do think that AI content will be overwhelming on so many levels. So people would strive to find those, let's say, hidden gems. Google is not working right in that direction yet, but I still think that's the future of search, to highlight those little publications that do really know about what they're talking and not just making money from by repurposing other people's content. Great question. I don't have one answer to that, unfortunately.
So about the Wikipedia pages, like if you do manage to achieve one for your company's brand, like what sort of things should go on that page?
First of all, it should be very factual. I would definitely think twice before doing it yourself. Like I said, there are services that provide that. There are agencies and companies that provide consulting services of what exactly should be on your page. Try not to be promotional, very factual. This is when they were founded, who founded the company, why they should be listed on Wikipedia. Let's say they were referenced by um, some huge publication for covering something, or experience, or explaining something, or inventing something. If you have any trademarks, I know even small businesses may, that should be on your Wikipedia page. So anything factual, basically, should be on the page. Nothing promotional, because there's no chance that it could be approved. Also, just not just facts, but also references. I know we have, for our clients, we had a few cases when Wikipedia editors asked for more contradictory. So you cannot just say they are great, they invented this, the method was proved by this. You should also add some contradiction, criticism, or things like that is also something that very well approved by Wikipedia editors. So facts, contradictions, references are three things that definitely need to be on the Wikipedia page. But again, do your research, see how your competitors are listed in Wikipedia, and go from there.
I have a question from Veron.
How can we utilize data analytics to improve our SEO strategy approach? I mean, I think there is no one blank answer to that. Every business is different. In our agency's philosophy is that every site is a special flower. If you have data, you start from where you are collecting it. For any even small businesses, Search Console is a great source of data. Search Analytics is not as good anymore. Knowing your keyword search queries is a great first step, because that's how you know more about your current clients, your current traffic, your current clicks. start from performance section in search analytics and try to see how people are discovering your site and what you can do better, how to better serve them. I know you have ChatGPT, and we have a custom ChatGPT that for any query generates search personas. Who are those people? What is the stage in their searching journey, and how well they are familiar with the topic, and then look at your page and see how you serve them. Are you doing a good job answering their questions or solving their problems? It's a huge question to answer within one video for sure. If you need help with us looking at your analytics, I'm always open to that. We have free 15-minute calls on our site with me personally if you want to ask those questions and see how I can help. So different for every business, but definitely essential.
Maybe it's a topic for a future stream.
Yes, exactly. But again, it's tough to just tell blankly. Yes, analytics is
Yeah.
important. Yes, data is important, but how you use it is a topic for like a month of talking about, and it should have examples of for what exactly you're doing with that data.
Speaking of data, what are some ways to come up with ideas for viral marketing campaigns to like get your brand out there?
This is more a question to you, April.
Yeah.
You're the one who is doing that. So tell me how you're doing that, because you're in charge in our company on that.
Well, I mean, again, like every client's a special flower, so it's all going to depend on like what their topic
Mhm.
is and all that. One thing I love to start to do in the beginning is like ask myself, what am I curious about this topic or this client or like what they do, like what it sparks curiosity in me, and that's like one of the main goals that like of creating things is um, it doesn't make people curious. And another thing that I love to do is like go to different subreddits and see about like the topics that are relevant to the client and see what people are discussing there. See what's like popular. See what's been popular in the past. You can sort by like time frame and see what's been popular of all time on that subreddit or and whatnot. Like see what people are asking and what they're curious about, what does really well in that community. Because like it's just basically a community of people that you're trying to connect with the content. So it's a great source of inspiration because you're figuring out like what resonates with them by just delving into those communities and interacting with them. And I've gotten a lot of great ideas by like sharing content we created for clients, and then the discussion that they spark a discussion, and people will say something like, "This is really cool. I would like to know this as well." And then I write those things down because like that's just more ideas that we can use, and it's just organic, natural ideas that come through. And also, just you can even just go on Google, search the topic that, and just look at the people also ask, look at the relevant questions that come up. Like just got to do like a deep dive on it. And the number one thing you want to do is inspire emotion in people with like that's what goes viral. Anger, like redemption stories, just like hopeful stories, like just really powerful stories that inspire emotion. That should be like the main goal of all viral marketing. Just you want to like connect with people on a human level. Like, and that sometimes that can be really difficult with like a more dry topic or a client that seems boring, but it never is. You just have to dig a little deeper sometimes, and yeah, and have fun with it.
And one thing to note and like high level is being part of your community is
Mhm.
good on so many levels, including understanding what would spark any interest, emotion, and all of that. It's not, again, it's more about trying and trying. You cannot expect all of your campaigns to go viral. Never happens. We have more experience with that. We've been doing viral marketing, infographic marketing for about 12 years now. So we kind of can estimate what we can expect from every campaign. But even we cannot do can make all of them viral. I think like 25% maybe go viral, but it's not just about being viral, it's being part of that. Every campaign lets us understand our client's target audience even more and more, so it's a learning curve for sure. If you're doing it at home, that's a great data to use for every campaign. You will know what worked and what didn't, and that's you're going to get better and better at that. Again, doing that at home is something you should definitely try. If you need to see those viral campaigns in action, we can run one for you and show exactly what we did and how we brainstormed it. So let us know if you're interested in that experiment. Other than that, I think we're pretty much done with timing here. Again, answerready.com is where I announce the topic for every broadcast on Wednesdays 1 p.m. So check it out, subscribe to it. That's how you are going to be updated on everything happening in SEO and content marketing. Always happy to know your feedback. If you have any topics in mind that you would like us to discuss, I'm always welcome those, because that's how we talk to our community, understand what we need to talk about on these broadcasts or clear up or write about. So always helpful. Please do send your ideas to us. Come to our roundtables. Subscribe to my newsletter, and we are all over the place. So be part of that. Thank you so much, and have a
Yep.
great rest of your day.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.